Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be talking about my favorite audiobooks. So I mentioned this video a while back, like I think maybe a few weeks ago when I was trying to decide what videos I was going to do. Like I had like my tattoo video, I had this video, I had a few other ones, and I didn't decide on this one because it didn't get as many votes as my tattoo video, but I know that a lot of other people want to see this video, so I figured I would do this one today. So I don't have too many favorite audiobooks because I haven't really read very many audiobooks, but the ones that I do love are literally amazing audiobooks, and I would definitely recommend any of the audiobooks that I'm talking about today. So the first two I want to talk about are actually part of a series, and it's one of my all-time favorite series, and that is Stalking Jack the Ripper and Hunting Prince Dracula, both by Kerri Maniscalco. So I absolutely love these audiobooks, and the one thing that I look for when I'm looking at an audiobook is, do I like the narrator? And for both of these books, I absolutely freaking love this narrator, and I'm actually going to talk about her again in a few books from now. And I love her voice, I love her acting, I love the way that she reads the book. It's just so wonderful. I'm going to have like everything like listed up here because I can't remember everyone's name right now, but I will have everything listed on either this side or that side. I can't remember which side it goes on. But yeah, I absolutely love these books so much. They were so well done as audiobooks. I wasn't even sure I was going to like these books as audiobooks, but I did, and it's how I read them both. And they're just so incredibly amazing. If you don't know what Stalking Jack the Ripper is about, it is obviously has something to do with stalking Jack the Ripper. And this follows Audrey Rose, and she is very interested in all things forensic science. And I absolutely love her to death. No pun intended. Actually, you know what? Pun intended. I love her so much. And she's just so wonderful. She's such a great character, and I love her character arc. I love the story. I know for a lot of people, they figured it out pretty early, and I think I figured it out like about halfway through the book, but I was still screaming when I found out who Jack the Ripper was. It was just, I love the way that Kerri Maniscalco does mystery. It was just so wonderful and so intriguing and exciting. And then I absolutely loved Hunting Prince Dracula, which follows Audrey Rose again. And that one was even like a harder mystery to figure out. I didn't figure it out the entire time, so that's how good it was. And I absolutely love these books. I totally recommend them. The next book I have to talk about is Warcross by Marie Lu, and I absolutely freaking love this book so much. I devoured this book. And this one is about Amika Chen, and she is very good at this game called Warcross. And she kind of is like an undercover sort of person where she finds like people who are breaking the law, and then she gets money for it. Sorry if there's any background noise. There are people over, and then my dog's barking, and then yeah. So basically, when Amika is accidentally put into like the worldwide Warcross championship, she then is hired by the man that created Warcross to be sort of more professional undercover sort of person. Sorry if I'm super bad at describing these books. I am horrible at describing books, but I hope that like I've gotten sort of the message across. But I absolutely love Warcross, and this is the first Marie Lu book that I've ever read, and it was phenomenal, and the voice acting was phenomenal. I love the person who narrated it. It sounded absolutely amazing. And yeah, I just absolutely love Warcross, and I can't wait for the next book. It's gonna be so good. The next one is one I actually haven't finished yet, but I absolutely love the way that it's narrated, and that's The Diviners by Libba Bray. And I just haven't been able to finish this audiobook. I've tried like twice, and I feel like it's just too long for me, but I absolutely love it, and I know that so many other people love it, so I had to include it in this video. The next one I'm going to mention is Caraval by Stephanie Garber, and this is one that I know is kind of polarizing. I know a lot of people either really love it or really hate it, but I absolutely loved this book, and I loved getting to listen to it. I feel like if I had started off reading this as like a physical book, I might not have liked it as much as I did when I read it as an audiobook. I absolutely loved the narration. I loved like, I felt like you were being put into the world of Caraval, and it was just so breathtaking and amazing. I finished this book literally within like maybe a day. Like I was just so obsessed with this audiobook. It was so wonderful, so beautifully done. And if you don't know what Caraval is about, it's about a girl and her sister, and they've always wanted to go to Caraval. And Caraval's kind of like a night circus sort of thing, so it's like this fun game that is put around in different parts of the world at different times, and it's never in the same place twice. And yeah, it's amazing. I love Caraval. I'm so excited to get to Legendary at some point this year. I have it somewhere on my shelf. I don't remember where I put it, but I'm really excited to get to that one as well. But I'm going to read that one as a physical book. I'm not going to read it as an audiobook. The next one I have to talk about is Leia, Princess of Alderaan by Claudia Gray. And this audiobook was a lot of fun as well. Basically, Leia, Princess of Alderaan follows a teenage Leia before episode 4 as she kind of navigates being a princess and getting into politics and what that's going to mean for her. And so, if you're a Star Wars fan, like I am, you're going to absolutely love this book. Claudia Gray is literally one of the best Star Wars writers, like, ever. She's just seriously amazing. I love all of her books that are done in Star Wars verse, and I absolutely love this one. This is like the beginning of my induction into Claudia Gray's Star Wars verse, and I just absolutely loved it. The narration is so well done, and I just love the story, and I totally recommend it. Even if you haven't seen Star Wars or are only kind of familiar with it, you're probably going to like this one as well. The next one I have to talk about is Jackaby by William Ritter, and I love this one as well. If you loved Stalking Jack the Ripper by Kerri Maniscalco, you're going to love Jackaby because it's sort of in the similar vein. There's a lot of magic in this one, and I absolutely loved it. It's also a mystery, but it's super whimsical. And also, the same person that narrated Stalking Jack the Ripper narrates Jackaby, so that's kind of a nice thing as well. I absolutely love her voice. I feel like I could listen to her read, like, the phone book or something. Like, she is just such an amazing narrator. And the very last one I'm going to mention is one I'm actually currently in the middle of, and that is Ace of Shades by Amanda Foody. I don't know too much about this book. I'm pretty sure it's kind of similar to Caraval, but different and maybe sort of darker. I'm not sure, but I absolutely love this one so far. The narration is beautiful, and I feel like I'm like definitely like in this book. You know what I mean? Like when you kind of get just like sucked in and you feel like it's like you're just surrounded by this one. That's why I love audiobooks, is because you can definitely be inserted into the story. And I think that audiobooks just kind of are able to transport you into a different world, and it's such a different experience than reading a book physically. And I definitely am the type of person that feels like audiobooks are real reading. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it useful. And if you are new to audiobooks, then definitely go onto Audible, try out a bunch of different ones, listen to all of the samples, and really make sure that you like the narrator, because if you don't like the narrator, then you're not going to like the book and you're not going to read it. So I hope that was a useful video, and if you liked it, then go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!